Let's see if YouTube will notify people that I'm live. Because last time I went live, it didn't notify anyone. So, oh, we got one. Beloved one. Hey, Steffi. Geek with Glasses. Hi. Hello. Kanye Green and hi. Asmodeus Black. Got 2 smiley emojis. Nice. Okay, well, if you're joining the live stream, definitely give this a thumbs up, because that helps. Nikki Pope, hey lady. All right, so while you guys just jump in here, I am going to tweet out the link. Yes, that's what I'm gonna do. Let's see here. Okay. I'm like literally typing this with one hand. I'm live from the Philippines. Ooh. Okay. I here. Okay. Then I just gotta copy this link, and then I do this. Oh, oops. Huh? Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, wait a second. Okay. Okay, yes, here we are. Okay. Okay. Vitor Oliveira, hey, just watch your Fleabag reactions. Loved it. Nice. Nicole Jackman, hi. Has anyone ever told you look like a mixture of Lane from Gilmore Girls and Jazz Sinclair from the new Sabrina? I think so. No, no one's ever told me that. I hope those 2 ladies that you mentioned look, you know, nice, decent. Nikki Pope, did you like The Inner Circle? I think you mean The Circle on Netflix. But if that's what you're talking about, yes, I did enjoy The Circle. That was one of the shows that I binge watched while I was here. Nicole Jackman, very pretty girls, FYI. Oh, okay, well, then, thank you. Then I'll take the compliment. Nikki Pope, right. Okay, yeah. I really enjoyed The Circle. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think if I don't know how much I want to talk about it, just in case like anyone who's in the live stream wants to watch. But yeah, I did enjoy it. Nikki Pope, I couldn't have sat in the apartment that long. I know, right? I was literally thinking like, do these people just stay in the apartment, or do they like get to go outside, like, or do they just, what do they do? Like, I just was getting a bit stir crazy for them. So let's see here. Willie J and M, the reality show. Yes, we're talking about the reality show on Netflix. Alphaeus A, can you speak in Bisaya? No, I can't. Kanye Green, do you like Pose Season 2? Yes, I do. In fact, speaking of Pose Season 2, I did reaction and review videos to all of the 2nd season of Pose. So if you want to check that out, you should definitely check that out. So you could just experience how much I enjoy Pose Season 2. Devin Munn, ever heard of the 1975? I recently got into them and I like their music a lot. Thanks to AJ the second, I'm getting more into music. I have heard of the 1975. I've never personally listened to them, but I've heard good things. Um, Willie J and M. I was so glad the Catfish didn't win. Same. I was very glad the Catfish didn't win either. I also felt like when they revealed the Catfish to like the other contestants, I felt like the other contestants' reactions were like civil, and I felt like that wasn't how they truly felt about the Catfish. I think their true colors started to show a little bit when they did like the final show and they were doing like their interviews. I think their honest feelings started to come through a little bit more, but when they did their initial meetings with one another, I felt like they were kind of holding back a bit. But yeah, I agree. I'm very happy the Catfish didn't win. Alphaeus A. I cry. Same. Geek with Glasses. OMG. Clueless just got added to UK Netflix, so that's great. Oh, that's really, really cool. Yeah, it's really interesting whenever you travel to see like what Netflix offers, based on where you are. I will personally say that I am enjoying the Netflix selection here in the Philippines. You know, I personally think the Netflix situation here in the Philippines is actually better than in the United States. So, um, Wallflower, hey. Stefan, hey girl. Nikki Pope, Pose was everything. Keen Lagerfeld, hey Steffi, glad you're back. It's good to be back, Keen. I'm not quite back yet. I'm actually streaming from the Philippines, but in terms of like just doing a live stream, it is nice to be back. I don't know how long I'm going to be live streaming for because it's fairly late where I am, but yeah, at least I'm on right now. Nikki Pope, I think Shabam was hurt. Same. I think Shabam was hurt too, but he wasn't really expressing his true emotions. Stefan, oh god, my roommate started watching The Circle. I was only able to watch 2 episodes, not sure if she finished it. Austin Full, QC Squad. Oh, wait, what does QC mean? Oh, nice. All right, we have 14 people in the live. So, to the 14 of you that are on the live right now, if you wouldn't mind giving this stream a thumbs up, that'd be appreciated. Oh, I love how it just dropped to 12. Let's see. Quezon City, Austin Full. All right, we got some Filipino people here, or at least people who are in the Philippines right now. You're up pretty late too, Austin. Keen Lagerfeld, I keep hearing about The Circle. Is it good? Yeah, I totally recommend if you guys want to watch it's like a new kind. I've never seen a reality show like this before, so that's what like really intrigued me, and also the fact that so many people were talking about it. But yeah, I definitely recommend. My foot's like falling asleep. Willie J and M. I feel bad for Shabam too. He was so innocent. I know he really was, right? But I will say, I am glad with the person who ended up winning. I'm very satisfied. Um, let's see here. Keen Lagerfeld gave me some thumbs up emojis. Asia from Brooklyn. Hey Steffi. Hey Asia from Brooklyn. Wallflower, did your mom's friend get her rice cooker back from the wedding? um, you know, I'm not quite sure if she did, but my mom did get the Keurig back. Um, I think like a couple weeks before we left for the Philippines, my mom actually received um, the a package in like the by like UPS, and it was her Keurig. So, um, yeah, my mom got her Keurig back. I don't know if my mom's friend got her rice cooker back, but they were very concerned. If you haven't seen my latest travel vlog from when I was in Chicago, it literally went up like a couple hours ago. Go check it out. It's like very family friendly, chaotic energy, but context of it was when I went to Chicago a couple months ago, um, we went there because it was my mom's friend's son's wedding, but like literally, I want to say like about 2 weeks before we left for Chicago, the bride reneged, so there was no wedding. So yeah, I was kind of like, but you know, I think he's doing okay now. Kanye Green, where's your favorite character on Pose? Okay, my favorite character on Pose, I'd probably say like Blanca is my favorite character. And I really like, I think the character development of Lil Poppy in season 2 was just like really great. He felt more like real, it's like a real character. I also really like, you know, it's hard to say. Oh, I love Candy. Love Candy. Um, I will say, like, I think I generally enjoy all the characters on Pose, honestly. Um, Stefan, okay, this may be dated, but it's been a while since you did a live stream. What are your thoughts on how Kelly Rowland said Bugaboo was her least favorite Destiny's Child song, LOL? Gosh, yes, I think I do remember hearing about that. I think like I saw a little interview snippet. I mean, I love Bugaboo, and I think the reason why she doesn't like it isn't it because like it's dated? But if that's, I'm not quite sure. That might not be the reason why she doesn't like it. But in any case, I like Bugaboo for the nostalgia factor, even though, like, yes, the lyrics are very dated. They're talking about, like, AOL and pagers. I think that adds to the charm of Bugaboo. So, Kelly, I feel like there's other Destiny's Child songs that you could pick to be your least favorite. um, Da da da. Nikki Pope, I watched the whole thing and I hate reality shows. Yeah, I essentially watched the entire, like, I watched like the 10 episodes of The Circle in like one sitting, and then I did the last 2 episodes the following day, and it was really just because like I was getting very sleepy. But yeah, that's an easy one to binge. Austin Full, I'm actually not Filipino, but I live here. My wife's Filipino though, and I'm up because I just got home and got work to do. Oh, nice. Well, Austin, I hope you know, you're having a nice evening. It's actually, for those of you guys who aren't in the Philippines, it's currently 1:49 in the morning. I know at least between Philippines and California, there's a 16-hour time difference. But yeah, it's pretty late here in the Philippines. I actually leave for California on Thursday. My flight leaves at about, I want to say, 9 p.m. Thursday, and then we arrive back in LA 7:30 p.m. on Thursday. So it's like kind of weird, like I'm kind of like time traveling, but yeah, time zones, man, they're weird. But I'm trying to like adjust back to, or like I'm trying to like prep myself to getting into like LA time, because I'm so horrible when it comes to jet lag. Like it could literally take me like 2 weeks to readjust. Like that's how bad I am with jet lag. And I'm trying to like get my body like ready for the readjustment, because I'm gonna be so bit like I have lots of videos and lots of like editing to do, especially on the podcast end. If you guys didn't know, I have a podcast called Diva Dailies, and I highly recommend you listen to it if you are into like a diva movies and whatnot. But my friend and I were recording, well, the plan is we're going to record 2 episodes on Sunday. And one of those episodes needs to be up on Wednesday. So I'm a bit nervous for that. But I'm trying to like get my body readjust, like starting to like readjust to California time zone, because I like need to be like ready to work when I get home. So, yeah. All right. Well, okay, here. Mm-hmm. Devin Munn, at Stefan, well, at least she is honest about how she feels. Keen Lagerfeld, ain't any Grammys thoughts? I didn't really watch the Grammys this year. I will say, like, it's kind of hard to keep up with pop culture when I'm here, because, like, the time zone thing again is just so off and so different. Um, and I feel like I haven't really been emotionally invested in the Grammys for quite some time. But I mean, congrats to Billie Eilish for winning. I did hear a little bit about the Grammy controversy, the whole scandal. But I need to, do a little bit more research about that before I like talk about it. But yeah, I don't really, I won't say I don't really care, but I kind of don't really care. But I mean, congrats to those who won. Um, Austin Fool, by the way, I got into your channel from your Euphoria reactions, so I still have to check out more of your stuff. All right, well, Austin, when you do, leave a comment down below and let me know what you think of the other content. Stefan, I love how the groom's family was able to make lemonade out of lemons with that situation. Yeah. Well, I mean, what is he gonna do? So, but yeah, it was kind of an awkward situation to run into, but I think they did the best that they could. Um, Geek with Glasses, I just like that Lil Nas, Orville Peck, and Billy Porter just really destroyed the rest of the men in the fashion department. Devin Munn, I also love Asia Cruz, who had a brief music career back in the early 2000s. Like her song Selfish is a bop. She's also Filipino American. Oh, nice. Never heard of her. Nikita Ray, I'm at work. I'm so bad. Ooh, Nikita, we love you being dedicated to the channel while on the job. Also, do you guys want to see, I get horrible mosquito bites when I'm in the Philippines. I don't know if you could like see my neck right here, but I have a mosquito bite right here, and I also have a mosquito bite right here on my underneath my ear. I bet you really wanted to see that. Okay. Nikki Pope, Candy, Nikita Ray, but the whole mall is dead. Stefan Roland said she didn't like the bridge in the song. Oh. I still think that there's other Destiny's Child songs that she could have chosen as her least favorite. Keen Lagerfeld, at Geek with Glasses, yes, killed it. I know Ariana wished she would have went with Jeeds and t-shirt after the snub. Sierra, hello from Massachusetts. How was day? I think you mean to say, how was your day? My day was good. Massachusetts. I definitely want to go to Massachusetts one day. SKS, you should watch The Get Down on Netflix. It's so flippin' good and underrated. Asia from Brooklyn, you're up late. It's 12:50 p.m. in... Oh no, what does MD mean, where I am? Is that Maryland? Austin Full, same with me on jet lags. I just moved here last year and I immediately got a job with North American hours, so I'm always up at night. Oh, okay. That's interesting. So do you like work like remotely? Is it a job where, I mean, yeah. Do you work remotely then? Oh no, wait, no you don't, because you just said you got home from work. Devin Munn, at Asia from Brooklyn, same here in Michigan. Asia from Brooklyn, will you be reviewing Insecure when it returns in April? I actually don't watch, I mean, I think I watched the first season of Insecure, but then that's kind of where I stopped. So I don't really have any plans on covering Insecure on my channel. Nikki Pope, if you ever decide to do reviews on books, The Silent Patient is phenomenal, a great read. Nikki Pope, listen to one of your podcasts. Oh, nice. Well, Nikki, I hope you liked whichever episode you listened to. Adonis J. Sabinorio, Hey, where are you from in the Philippines? I am, well, my mom is from Kalibo, Aklan, and my dad is from Davao. So I said that really right. Right, white Davao. So I even though I'm like Filipino, it's kind of like hard for me to say like I am from the Philippines because I did grow up, was born in the United States, but currently I'm in Kalibo, Aklan. Don't find me though. I'm gonna like hear like a knock on my door. Devin Munn. Also, any Charlie Puth and Jeremy Zucker fans in Puth? Wow, what is happening with my accent? Okay. Also, any Charlie Puth and Jeremy Zucker fans in this chat? Stefan, MD is Maryland. Okay. Well, good to know I didn't F that up. Wallflower, did they finish the apartments over there? We are still working on the apartment situation here. In fact, every like time I've gone to the Philippines, starting in 2018, what we usually do is whenever we're here, like we're usually here for a month, and then like at least a week of the time we spend here is spent like traveling to different parts of Asia. And last year, um, when I came here to the Philippines, we did so much traveling. Those travel vlogs have not come out yet, but they're coming. I promise you they're coming. But last year when I came to the Philippines, we were traveling like so much. Like we were here in Kalibo for like a couple days, and then we went to a different part of the Philippines, and then we came back here to Kalibo for like a day, and then we were like gone for like about a little over a week traveling to different parts of Asia, and then we were here again in Kalibo for like an additional week, and then we went home. But this time around, we've been here for like 4 solid weeks, and we were just like here in Kalibo. We didn't really travel to any different parts of the Philippines because our like sole focus was this apartment and other like business stuff too here in the Philippines. So yeah, still working on it, but it's getting there. Keen Lagerfeld at Devin Munn. I forgot about that song. Selfish was a bop. Asia Cruz is a perfect case of mismanagement. Asia from Brooklyn, Maryland. Maryland. Don't you guys from Maryland call it like the DMV? I watch Braxton Family Values, and whenever they talk about going to Maryland, they always say the DMV. Devin Munn at King Lagerfeld, yeah, like she could have been really successful. She's married now, so I'm happy for her. Austin Full, yes, I work at home as a graphic designer for an American company, and nope, I just got home from a family trip. It's Sunday. I took my wife and her mom to Bulacan. Oh, nice. Never been there, but very cool. I think that's really amazing what the internet has kind of enabled us to do in terms of being able to like work remotely but still live in different parts of the world. I I had a little bit of like a bit of a, I want to say like a nervous breakdown, but I had a bit of like an emotional breakdown my first couple of days here because one of my New Year's resolutions was to try and be like consistent with my YouTube, and aside from like that being one of my personal New Year's resolutions, I just I'm trying to be more consistent with like putting out content. And the first couple of days here when I was in Kalibo, we had no internet in the apartment where I'm staying, and it was because of the typhoon that recently like struck this area. So for the first couple days, whenever I had to get on the internet to like upload a video, I would literally like walk to a local cafe. It's about like 25-ish minutes away, and then I would like sit in the cafe and I would just like sit there for waiting for my videos to upload. And at times, and I think it's because like there were so many people trying to get onto like the Wi-Fi there, like it would literally take like a good like 2.5 hours, 3 hours. And then there was this one time where I was trying to upload, it was my Euphoria videos. I was trying to upload my reaction review videos to Euphoria, and they were all like over 20 minutes long, so that's gonna take a little bit longer than normal because of the length of the video. And when I went, like, man, like for some reason that weekend, I think it was because it was the Atihan festival here, so there were a lot of people on the internet. Um, I sat at a cafe for like, I want to say like 4 to 5 hours, and my video only uploaded like 20%. So I was so discouraged, and I came back here and we still had no internet, but now we have internet, long story short. So um, I'm happy now, I'm okay now, but yeah, power of the internet, man. Um, Asia from Brooklyn. Aw, dang, I love your reviews, and that's my fave show. Aw, well, I'm sorry. I mean, one thing I was thinking of doing, I don't want to say this is what I'm gonna do, but because there's just like so many shows, I was thinking of like kind of doing a different kind of TV review format for the shows that I'm not covering via like reaction review, where I could just like kind of watch different shows just like on my own, and then like post a video that's kind of like a season review of a particular show, because it's just so hard to do reaction review and review videos for like all these different kinds of shows, because there's just so many shows out now. But I was thinking of that potentially being a thing on my channel, but I'm not quite sure. Devin Munn, ever since finishing The Wire, I want to go to Maryland, specifically to Baltimore. I've only ever been to Arizona, Illinois, and Indiana. Huncho Mari, DMV is DC, Maryland, and Virginia. Oh, okay. Stephen Panama, sup. Stefan, your latest episode of Diva Dailies was great. What was that? I think that was Burlesque, I believe. If you haven't listened to the How Did This Get Made episode for Burlesque, it's also great. Nice. Okay, yeah, I will definitely, I'm not quite sure if I listened to that, because Lisa and I, we listen and watch so many different things. Like, we do a lot of research for every single episode, so that might have been a thing that I listened to. I don't remember anymore, because we also recorded the Burlesque episode, like in the summer, because the Burlesque episode was one of our practice episodes. We did 2 practice episodes. One of them was a movie that I don't want to say yet, because it's gonna come out, but like I don't want to like spoil it. And then the second one was Burlesque, and yeah, I'm not quite sure if I listened to that episode, but if I haven't, I will check it out. Nikki Pope, also, side note, The Stranger on Netflix was pretty good. Austin Full, yeah, internet here kind of sucked, but I'm used to it now after a year, LOL. Right? Austin, what internet service do you have here in the Philippines? I am currently with, where I'm staying, we have Globe. And I will say Globe is pretty good here. The internet, at least where I'm at, is pretty quick. The only time it really, well, obviously the only time it really fails me is when there's a blackout. But yeah, the Globe internet here is pretty good for me here. Wallflower DMV represent. Stefan, also, I'm waiting with bated breath for your episode covering Julia Roberts / my best friend's wedding. Yes, that was the other practice episode we did. I think Lisa and I are planning on releasing that sometime over the summer. So it's gonna sound extra dated in terms of like our personal Oscar and Razzie moments of the week. But yeah, I think it's, I feel like when I listened back, it's been a while since I've listened to that episode, but when I listened back to the My Best Friend's Wedding episode, I think you could kind of tell it's a practice episode in the sense that we're kind of like a bit like shy on the mic. Like, I don't think we're as like animated as we are in like the episodes that are like coming out now, but it's still a good episode. I think the conversation that we have about the movie is really good. Stefan, do you ever plan on having guests on Diva Dailies? I would, man, Lisa and I would love to have guests. Ideally, we would love to have someone on that actually worked on the movie that we're covering. or even if we had on someone who was like an extreme, like a fan or a stan of the diva that we're talking about for the week, that'd be really cool. But yeah, I mean, like, if we ever get to that point where we're at that level where we can bring on a guest, that would be really, really cool. The only thing is, like, I just like am horrible in terms of like reaching out to people and being like, hey, do you want to be on? Like, and I feel like, I don't know, Lisa might be good at it, but I mean, we're still fairly early in the podcast game, but I don't know. We'll see. I would love to, though. Austin Fool, I have Converge. Oh, okay. Converge. I've never heard of that here. I think here in, like, the province where I'm at, it's Globe and Smart. And Globe is pretty good here. Austin Fool, Globe sucks here in Metro Manila, but my mother's Globe, and it's all right, or aight. um, Tommy Callahan, hey, love, hope you're enjoying the Philippines. I am, but I'm not about these mosquito bites though. Asia from Brooklyn. I live in Baltimore County outside of the inner city. I like it so far. Way more chill than New York City. Nice. I would imagine like, I've been to New York once. The last time I went to New York, goodness, it was like mid 2000s when I was 14, I believe. And I really like New York, but from what I hear, especially like now, like the cost of living in New York is just like so high. So, I mean, I would imagine, especially like in terms of like cost efficiency, to live somewhere that's not New York is probably like a lot easier on the pockets. But yeah. I'm kind of getting thirsty, honestly, but I will stick it out here. I always do this. Like, every time I start a live stream, I, like, at some point get thirsty, and then I'm like, should I get up and get the water, or should I just kind of keep going? Let's see here. Austin Fool, by the way, is anyone here Canadian? I'm from Mississauga, Ontario. Well, I don't know if Nikita Ray is still here, but Nikita Ray, who is a frequent person here on the live stream, is Canadian. I don't know from which part of Canada he is from, but he's the one that earlier was said he was at his job working. He probably left the live stream to actually work, but he's Canadian. Okay, Franks, get the water. We'll wait. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna put the phone down then. Yeah, I'll put the phone down right here. It's like an awkward position. I will be right back. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Oh, here we go. Stefan, yeah, I gotta go to the bathroom myself, lol. Asia from Brooklyn. New York City is ridiculously expensive and it's overcrowded. Oh yeah, overcrowded. Quality of life is way better here. It was also way easier to get a job, and I make more here than in New York City, which is kind of crazy. Oh wow. Well, Asia, I am happy for you. It seems like you made a good decision in terms of moving. I'm happy for you, girl. Because I mean, I get it, man. It is tough in these streets in terms of like, you know, being able to afford to live in a major like city, especially like New York. My goodness. Like with New York, it's like you're paying so much for like such little space. And I mean it's all about location, right? Because like New York is New York, but at the same time, it's like, man, it's tough. Keen Lagerfeld, favorite Janet album. All right, Keen with the good, amazing question. So far I've only listened to Velvet Rope and Rhythm Nation, both great. Ooh, that's so hard. Well, God, favorite Janet album. Man, that is so hard. It's like really a toss up for me between four albums. It's obvious four. It's like, I mean, do you go with like Rhythm Nation? Do you go with the Janet album? Do you go with Velvet Rope? Or do you go with All For You? I mean, goodness. I would say it really like, it could change depending on my mood. But I'll go with my favorite Janet album being The Velvet Rope. Yeah. But like, oh, it's so hard because I know Rhythm Nation's so iconic. Like I would say that's probably Janet's most iconic album. But then I also love like the the Janet self-titled album, because I love like her, like the way she was like, I love the aesthetic of that album, like the way she was styling herself during that era. I personally feel like Janet looked like amazing during that era. But then also at the same time, like All For You is so nostalgic for me because that was like my first Janet album. Like I remember as a kid growing up, when that album came out, all my dance teachers at my dance studio, like they were all playing the Janet Jackson album. They were all playing Janet's All For You album. So, gosh, it's so hard, but I would have to say Velvet Rope, because I just like a lot, like, I mean, one of my favorite Janet songs is like on that album, Together Again. I love that. And I think like that's probably like Janet's most like emotionally like introspective album as well. She deals with like she like sings about so many different like topics in that album. And I mean, you have, and you know, she also like has great like mid 90s R&B like tracks like Go Deep and gosh, what else? I'm blanking on the other songs right now, but like, yeah, like Go Deep is a bop. Free Zone, I think Free Zone off of Velvet Rope is so underrated as well. But yeah, I'll say Velvet Rope. Austin Fool, how are you taking the Philippines heat so far? That's the worst part for me since I'm used to snow, but gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, I'm from California, so I would imagine coming from Canada, going to the Philippines, like the acclimation to the weather is a bit more drastic. Um, I've been doing okay. Actually, here in Kalibo, we've been getting like a fair, it's so weird. Like the weather, like it'll be like really sunny and humid, and then suddenly, like a couple hours later, it will rain. So, actually, the weather today was like really, really nice. Like it wasn't really hot or humid at all. Like there was actually like a really like nice breeze. Um, but yeah, the weather for like as of right now, for the month of January, hasn't been like, it's not been like too ridiculously hot. Like there have been some days where it's like, ooh girl, it is hot, but then I just like go back inside into the air conditioning, so it's not that bad. But yeah, it hasn't been too bad. Ray Senna, shout out from Brazil. Love your reactions. You should visit Rio someday. Oh, I'd love to go to Brazil one day for sure. Asia from Brooklyn, the Janet album is really good. I agree. Stefan, am I the only one who thinks All Night is one of Jackson's most underrated songs? Nope, I think All Night is extremely underrated. Was that a song that was released on her like number ones album? Keen Lagerfeld, my Velvet Rope top 5 are Velvet Rope, Till It's Gone, Free Zone. Oh yes, of course, I Get Lonely. Yes, Yes. I Get Lonely and Together Again. Great picks. Nikki Pope, Steffi, you get water and I'll get wine. LOL. Asia from Brooklyn, I Get Lonely. Asia from Brooklyn, the song I Get Lonely. I'm not lonely, LOL. Keen Lagerfeld, Rhythm Nation Top 5, Some Days Tonight, Miss You Much, Escapade, Come Back to Me. Oh, yes, I literally was just listening to Come Back to Me earlier today. And Rhythm Nation. You know which song I love from Rhythm Nation? That for me, I think in my head, because the music video, like, it's just like the music video for me looks very aesthetically, it more aesthetically aligns to what she was doing on the Janet album. But one of my favorite Janet songs is Love Will Never Do Without You. And for some reason, like, I always think that Love Will Never Do Without You is on the Janet album because it sounds like it could be off of the Janet album. But yeah, man, Love Will Never Do Without You is one of my favorite songs off of Rhythm Nation. Watermelon. Steffi, can you please watch The Umbrella Academy on Netflix? I've heard good things about The Umbrella Academy. I do have some other shows that I want to check out, though. Right now I'm watching Fleabag, and I was thinking probably after I wrap up Fleabag, I want to cover Sex Education Season 2. And then I was thinking probably after Sex Education doing Killing Eve, because that's been highly requested on my channel for quite some time. And I didn't realize that Phoebe Waller-Bridge, who is the showrunner and star of Fleabag, also did Killing Eve. So she's really killing it. But yeah, maybe. Never say never, but I just have a couple other shows I want to cover first. Stefan, All Night was released on Demita Joe. Oh, okay, Demita Joe. Let's see here. Ray Senna, I know you're a Beyonce fan. Do you think she's retiring anytime soon? Because I feel like Lemonade, it's the album she's going to be remembered for. I don't know where else she can go when it comes to her music. That's really interesting. I don't know if I would say like full on like retire. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get a new album from Beyonce for quite some time, because I feel like she's like, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if her focus kind of shifts to other like business ventures, like, you know, like her Ivy Park and different things. But yeah, I don't know. I don't want to say she's like done with music, but I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get a new album from her for quite some time. And I mean, I think she personally like deserves the break. I think she's given us like a lot recently. And I don't know, like my thing with Beyonce is always like, I think I feel like maybe it's because like she's just talked about so much, so it's not even necessarily like her fault, but I need her to like go away so I can miss her again, if that makes sense. Like, I think because of the way we consume our media now, it's like we expect our artists to be on like 24/7, and like we expect a new album from them every single year and whatnot. But I would appreciate for Beyonce to like take a definitive like break. And I feel like solo wise she's kind of done that, but then you also think about how she did the Everything Is Love project with Jay-Z, and then she did the Lion King soundtrack. But you know, Beyonce, I wouldn't mind if she kind of like just chills for a bit so I can like miss her again. And then she also released like the Homecoming Live album. So yeah, I don't know if I would say she's like done and she's gonna like retire. I would be really surprised if she's done, but I wouldn't be surprised if like we don't get new music from her for quite some time. Let's see here. Asia from Brooklyn, the Love Will Never Do video is a fave. Nicole Jackman, Fleabag is so good, as is Killing Eve. Asia from Brooklyn, OMG, I feel the same. Watermelon, OMG, I love Killing Eve. They confirmed season 4, even though season 3 is not here yet. Glad You Came 97. What do you think about The Crown ending with 5 seasons instead of 6 and new queen? I think it's really interesting that they're ending 5th season instead of going for 6. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard to give my thoughts on that because I don't, like, I'm curious to know, like, what is their timeline in terms of, like, what years are they going to be covering for the last season? But I mean, like, I'm going to be sad to see the show go, but I mean, if that's where they feel like they should be ending it, then so be it. Hello Bello, although I'm not a fan, I agree. Nicole Jackman, Beyonce's new Ivy Park collection looks like a super lame let uniform here in the UK. Check out Sainsbury's, LOL. Supermarket, not super lame. Looks like a supermarket let uniform. I have he's usually here in the live stream, but Justin, aka, God, what is his name on YouTube? Oh, I'm forgetting it. But he's like someone who usually is like here on the live stream. He and I were talking on Instagram about the Ivy Park collection, and we were just like, I mean, Justin and I were saying how regular people are not gonna look good in that Ivy Park collection. Like, the thing with the Ivy Park collection, I feel like, is you could like pick like certain pieces, like maybe like a standalone sweater, standalone pants, but some of those outfits, like, us regular people are not going to be wearing that, like going to the grocery store. Also, some of the people who got sent like the box, like, I was just thinking to myself, like, when I saw Reese Witherspoon got sent that Ivy Park orange box, I was thinking, like, where is Reese Witherspoon gonna wear any of that? Like, hello? So, yeah, I feel like, I commend Beyonce on every creative endeavor that she does go on, but I feel like in terms of like accessibility, some of the looks that are part of the collection are not that accessible to us regular folk. But like the different items, like the sweater or like a beanie, I could go for. Keen Lagerfeld, I love Rhythm Nation interlude, Let's Dance. Yes, and actually that interlude, the Let's Dance, Michael Jackson actually used that in his MTV performance in 1995. He uses that in one of his dance breaks. He does like the, get the point? Good, let's dance. And then he like keeps going. But yeah, really cool. She gives us heavy songs like State of the World prior to it, and then it's like, do you get it now? Good. Let's dance. Then Miss You Much. Yeah, I mean, I love the interludes. I think Janet is really good at interludes. One of my favorite interludes is I think it's off of the Janet album. She has really, really great interludes on the Janet album. The interlude that comes right before God, why am I blanking on Janet's discography? It comes right before, let me see, let me look it up. This is gonna bother me. I swear I'm a Janet fan. I think it's just because it's like super late and I'm kind of like getting tired. I can hear it. I can hear that song in my head. Where is it? It's the interlude. The interlude's off of the Janet album. Throb. Okay. The interlude right before Throb, it's called Go On, Miss Janet, is so good. And also, like, the interlude right before If on Janet, the Be a Good Boy and Turn This On or something like that. I think she says like be a good boy and play this, or be a good boy and turn this on, something like that. But it's right before If. It's a really good interlude. Asia from Brooklyn, I want the sneakers, but yeah, Reese looked weird in the clothes. She's not cool enough, lol. Yeah, see, like, that's the thing. I think there's certain people who can, like, pull it off, but then there's also certain people that should have not gotten that box. So, but yeah. I don't know if any of you guys follow Beyonce's mom, Miss Tina, on Instagram, but her and her husband, I guess, like, went to the airport in their, like, full-on head-to-toe gear of Ivy Park, and it was cute. All right. Well, we have about, like, I'm gonna be on here for about like 10 more minutes, and then I'm gonna call it a night here. But yeah. Asia from Brooklyn, Brandy is my fave singer from the 90s. I've been meaning to get more into Brandy's discography. I only really know like a handful of Brandy songs. I mean, you know, I do love Brandy's Sitting Up in My Room off the Waiting to Exhale soundtrack. Love that. I'm trying to think, what other Brandy songs do I really enjoy? I like Almost Doesn't Count. That's like old school Brandy, right? There's been an album that I've heard so much about that I've been meaning to check out from Brandy, but I wanna listen to her discography like in order. What's the album? Yeah, Aphrodisiac. I've heard good things about it. Stefan, Brandy so should have had a bigger career. I agree. Stefan, The Boy Is Mine will forever be iconic. The boy is mine, the boy is mine, the boy is mine, the boy is mine. Keen Lagerfeld, is that really Lisa Marie Presley on the speakerphone interlude? I've heard that is. Your coochie's gonna swell up, it's gonna fall apart. I've heard that that's Lisa Marie Presley, but I don't know if that's confirmed. I actually saw on Twitter someone was like debating it, like if it's confirmed or not. But I think most people believe that to be her. Keen Lagerfeld, Brandy is so underrated, so vocally unique. Nikki Pope, have you seen Kaylin in that Ivy Park getup on Ellen? No, I haven't. Nicole Jackman, forever Moesha to me. Asia from Brooklyn, I was blasting Sitting Up in My Room last night. It goes. Yeah, I love Sitting Up in My Room. I mean, as a Whitney Houston stan, we love the Waiting to Exhale soundtrack. But Sitting Up in My Room is definitely one of my favorite songs off of Waiting to Exhale. And I love the video too. Like when she's like, oh, Donald's downstairs. Donald's downstairs. Stefan, on a side note, I just bought my ticket. I'm going to the Netherlands from the 20th to the 27th. Oh, that's so cool. Well, safe travels, Stefan. I've never been to the Netherlands, so I hope you have a safe trip and have lots of fun. Oh, I think I skipped Asia from Brooklyn here. I agree, Keen, her tone is everything. Nina J, Magandang Umaga from Florida, USA. Thank you for that. Well, it's not really so much Maganda Umaga here because it's like 2:30 in the morning now, but I mean, technically it is, but I mean, it feels like night to me. All right, I'm gonna be here for like about 5 more minutes, and I'm gonna call it a night. But yeah, man, like I definitely want to get more on my Brandy discography here. Looking at the first album, I really love Baby off of the first album, and of course, like, I Want to Be Down. Yeah, I need to get more into Brandy, especially since she's the heir apparent to Whitney. um, Asia from Brooklyn, that soundtrack is iconic, produced mostly by Babyface, another icon. Oh, I know, right? I love Babyface. I love Babyface. I think, like, the contributions that Babyface has made to specifically 90s R&B, and like, I just feel like Babyface as a songwriter, he knows how to write really well for women. Like, he just does that. Like, a lot of, like, I mean, the collaborations he's done with Toni Braxton, hello. um Keen Lagerfeld, didn't Babyface write Sitting Up in My Room? I'm pretty sure he did. Let me see. I can actually look it up right now. Waiting to Exhale. What's your guys' favorite tracks off of Waiting to Exhale? Isn't that crazy that Waiting to Exhale, like, not crazy, but also like crazy to think in terms of like it being nominated for Album of the Year, and that's like an album that features all Black female artists. And to think, like, I mean, like, I just think that's like so amazing that they were able to get that nomination for Album of the Year. Because, you know, like, now with the Grammys, it's like a lot of like, what tends to happen is a lot of like your Black artists get snubbed, and they get like pigeonholed into that R&B contemporary category, and, you know, they rarely get the Album of the Year nomination, and if they do, it's not like they're gonna win. But I just think it's amazing that Waiting to Exhale, the soundtrack that is literally an album with all Black women, was able to get an Album of the Year nom in the 90s. Like, I just think, like, I'm so happy for them. Like, they fucking deserve that shit. Okay, so let me see. Sitting Up in My Room. Go to, oh, credits. Yeah, Babyface. I'm pretty sure like Babyface produced this entire album and wrote like a good chunk of the songs. Keen Lagerfeld, the best male songwriters are amazing at writing from women's perspective. Nia with Irreplaceable, The Dream with Single Ladies. Yeah, that's a good point. Nina J, Not Gonna Cry, Mary J. Blige. Yeah, that's a good one. That's like, out of all the songs on that soundtrack, that's like the one that like lyrically fits like the, like, references the narrative of the movie. Because doesn't she says like something about like being in that relationship for like a certain amount of years, and like I'm pretty sure Not Gonna Cry is like written from the perspective specifically of Angela Bassett's character. Yeah, Nina J, 11 Years I Sacrificed. There we go. Asia from Brooklyn. Aside from the Brandy track, Kissing You from Faith is a Fave, and Not Gonna Cry by Mary J. Blige. Yeah, I really like that version of Kissing You. I'm trying to see here. You know, hello. Again, Whitney stan here. I mean, I love Exhale, Shoop Shoop, and Why Is It Hurt So Bad? But I also, like, I love Let It Flow. Toni Braxton's Let It Flow. Like, I have cried real tears. Like, that is a song, like, when your back's against the wall and the wall's against the back, who are you gonna call? Like, that is a song you listen to when you were going through shit. Let It Flow, Toni Braxton. I also really love TLC's This Is How It Works and SWV's All Night Long. And, you know, I think Way You, Shantae Moore is so, like, it's like, I love that song. It's like so, like, such a cool vibe. I'm basically like naming the entire album, but all the tracks here. I think it's just, I don't know if you guys have Tidal, but on Spotify, are you guys able to stream My Funny Valentine by Shaka Khan on the soundtrack? Because I'm like, it never lets me stream that song. Keen Lagerfeld, are you a Robin, Bernie, Savannah, or Gloria? Okay, I'm opening up this question to the rest of you on the stream. Let me know if you guys are a Robin, Bernie, Savannah, or Gloria. Okay, well, I'm definitely not a Robin. That's probably the character I like least relate to. I feel like mm, if I feel if I were to narrow it down to one, I want to say I'm like a Savannah because she's like all about her career. And I want to believe I'm like, professionally driven, or like at least all about like, my career and that regard of my life. But at the same time, I really like, I really feel and see myself with Gloria. Like, Gloria, like her and I, we just like get each other. Like, I'm pretty sure, aside from their character introductions, when they like show their name, they're like, doing all their like, yeah, when they like, the how Waiting to Exhale starts, and it's like you hear them talking and you like see their name on the screen and they're like doing something random. I relate to Gloria because aside from that, like her like initial character introduction of like staying home on New Year's Eve, and she's like by herself and she like cooked a lot of food and she's probably gonna just eat that food by herself, and she's like getting her son ready to go out for the night. Like I relate to that. Like that's me. Like I literally spend my New Year's Eve at home, not really by myself, like my parents are there, but essentially by myself, eating and watching Waiting to Exhale. Like I literally watch Waiting to Exhale every New Year's Eve. That is my tradition. That is my New Year's Eve movie. But yeah, I feel like I'm like 60% Gloria, 30% 55% Gloria, 85 to 95, 35% Savannah. What does that put me in? 65, 75, 85, 90, 95, and then like 5% Bernadine. Because I want, like, don't we all kind of want to be Bernadine in terms of like being that badass that has the chutzpah to just light your cheating husband's shit on fire? I know we all do. Asia from Brooklyn and SWV all night long. Oh no, can't see that message anymore. But yeah, that'd probably be like in my pie chart of which Waiting to Exhale character am I. That's probably how I'd break it down. But that was a good question, Keen. I really appreciated that. All right, well, I am going to end the live stream here. Asia from Brooklyn, Savannah was Whitney. Yeah, Savannah, Whitney played Savannah. Angela Bassett played Bernadine. Loretta Devine played Gloria. And, oh my God, why am I, oh God, what is her name? She played Robin. She looks like Robin Givens to me, but she's not Robin Givens. Leela Rashawn played Robin. Nikki Pope, night Steffi, good to hear from you. Keen Lagerfeld, I feel like Bernie in a sense of I will be angry, but time will fix it. Leela Rashawn. Asia from Brooklyn, yes, that was me, but I used bleach, lol. I'm deaf a Bernie. Ooh. I love that. I love being amongst Bernies. We all wish we could be a Bernie, so very, very cool. All right, well, I'm gonna end the stream here. Glad we've established which Waiting to Exhale characters we are. And I will see you. I hope you guys have a great week. Was there anything I have to share? I mean, check out the channel for videos. I mean, like I said, I just posted a travel vlog video like a couple hours ago, so you could check that out. Um, I have my reaction review to Fleabag episodes 3 and 4 coming out, ready to go this Friday. I am planning on 2 travel vlogs coming out, one on Saturday, one on Sunday. Hopefully, I can get them done. And Diva Daily's podcast, a new one is coming out this Wednesday. So check that out wherever you listen to your podcasts. And that's pretty much it. I hope you guys have a great week. Hopefully, I don't think I'll be able to live stream this Sunday because I'm going to be busy working on the podcast, and then it's also the Oscars on Sunday. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.